NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and 0. This is a presentation of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Morfisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Coverage of the Nebraska State Basketball Tournament is presented by App Foundation Repair, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, High Electric, Southeast Community College, Members-Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Mosaic, Doane University, A1 Automotive, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Platte Valley Equipment, and Supreme Spa and Pool. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainer.
Welcome into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you as we get ready for the Class B semifinal right here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. It's the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks, the number 1 seed, and they're still perfect, undefeated record going up against the Crete Cardinals. Jay, I'll have you say something real quickly here because we'll have a national anthem here in just a moment. What does Crete need to do to stay in this one against the 1 seed?
They need to use their size advantage in their front court, where Omaha Skutt likes to use their size advantage in the back court for Crete, front court for Skutt. Whoever plays better in those two different areas while using their size will win.
So once again, we've had some good basketball, a really dominant performance by Ashland Greenwood in the C1 game just a little while ago. They have punched their ticket to their second straight state title game, and they'll face off against Auburn one more time, just like they did last year, and they won on a buzzer beater in 2022. Let's go ahead and take a timeout. When we come back, it's tip-off and starting lineups right here from PBA. Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of energy here at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the Class B semifinal. The winner of this one obviously goes on to the title game tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m., and they will await the winner of our next game coming up between the Platteview Trojans and the York Dukes. Once again, Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman coming at you from Pinnacle Bank Arena right here, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Appreciate you guys listening wherever you may be on the app, whether it's online or even on the FM dial. Feel free, as always. You guys know the drill. Send us a text if you'd like. Let us know where you're listening from, and we'll shout you out from courtside here at PBA. We're getting ready for Skutt Catholic and the Crete Cardinals here tonight, Jay. And Skutt dominant as ever yesterday in their win against the Bennington Badgers. Crete with a little bit of an upset.
Yeah, Crete came out in their athletic ability, play 4 guards and 1 forward, but in their backcourt, they're all pretty much 6'4" and above. Whereas Skutt, they go 6'6", 6'8", 6'9", 6'8" again, and then they have J.J. Farron, who was able to control the tempo. They're rather dominant. Even when the game got close, their size and skill and continuity took over, where Crete overwhelmed them, went on about an 18-4 run, took control of the game, and then held on at the end. This is going to be a pretty exciting game because of what Crete does defensively and converts offensively. Could possibly negate the huge size advantage that Skutt has. And what I mean by that is when you're 6'4" and athletic with 4 guys that are 6'4" as far as with Crete, and you can get up off the floor, you can nullify some size advantage. So it's going to be a speed, quickness game, but it's really going to come down to J.J. Farron.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and run through the starting lineups really quickly because I want to get to that, back to that intensity that Crete plays on both sides of the basketball, and that's a big reason why they won yesterday. Starting 5 for head coach Kyle Juergens and the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks after their win against the Bennington Badgers in the first round yesterday. They'll send out the normal starting 5. Number 2, Wyatt Archer. Number 3, J.J. Barron. Number 34, Jake Brack, the 6'9" senior, averaging 17 whopping points a game. Number 44, Brock Scholl, and number 50, Jack Healy. For the Crete Cardinals, led by head coach Tony Siski, in their 45th state tournament appearance in school history, looking for their first title appearance since 1975, in a year that they won the championship here in Class B back in 1975. The 5 guys that head coach Tony Siski will send out there. Number 11, Aiden McDowell. Aiden McDowell, a 6'4" junior, averaging 16 points per game. Number 12, Javen Gardner. He's going to run the point. Really physical guy wearing number 12 for the Cardinals. Number 13, Kenner Svidak. Number 21, Mason Crumbliss. And number 22, Ben Ehlers.
Yeah, it's good. It's 2 different teams, where Crete, they're all 6'4" in their backcourt and forwards. And then when you look at either Omaha Skutt Skyhawks, they are a huge team. And so it's going to come down to who kind of gets into their game early. Crete plays a little bit of 1-3-1 half court, and the tempo is set by Gardner. And so how does J.J. Farron, Archer, and who else could really pay dividends is Cannon. That's what he did yesterday. Hit a couple big shots, took the pressure off of J.J. Farron when he got in a little bit of foul trouble, a little tired. So Archer and Cannon, I think, are going to play a huge role early in the game because I'm sure Crete prepared for the size advantage. Yeah. And J.J. Farron, which one of those guys are going to step up? Is it Archer right away, Cannon? And then for Crete, is Gardner going to be really efficient underneath the hoop and with his size and strength and leaping ability, be able to overpower the taller, leaner size or huge front line from Skutt?
So Ehlers and Brack ready to tip things off in their white uniforms. Crete in the with white lettering. As it's knocked around a couple of times, it'll bounce out of bounds after it goes off the leg of Ehlers to the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. So
Crete, they're coming right out in this 1-3-1. If you run a little bit of 1-3-1, you can kind of make big guys shoot some shots that they don't want to shoot. So we saw yesterday Skyhawks through 3/4 of the game struggled from 3. Then Farron got hot.
So here's the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. J.J. Farron with it on the right wing. Now left side Archer. Guarded closely, but now backs out to the top of the key, and he'll reset. Wyatt Archer with it just underway here. Class B semi. To Scholl, far away from the basket. Back to Archer. Archer dribbles top of the key once again. Skutt Catholic trying to break down this 1-3-1 defense. How do you do it, Jay? Is it overloading one side and maybe you get somebody on the backside?
There's multiple ways you can do it. You can get it by movement, quick passes. You would actually like to have somebody in the short corner where you see, Skutt just has a guy parked down there on the block, or you could match the same formation. If they're in a 1-3-1, you come on to 1-3-1.
And Farron hits a 3.
And make them play man-to-man. Farron with a good 3. Rotation was a little bit slow for Crete. Farron off early. We'll see if that pays dividends late in the game.
That was a possession spanning over 45 seconds of game time here. It results in a trifecta for J.J. Farron. He started hot yesterday, which is a big boost for Skutt Catholic, as now we have a three-point attempt. No good off to the right, tracked down by Brack for Skutt Catholic. But I was saying Farron got started, hit those 2 threes early on in the game. That really gave Skutt Catholic the boost early in the ball game. So here's Brack down on the near corner, kicks it back out wide. Archer takes a dribble, bounces on inside to Healy. Lost possession of the basketball. Foul called down low on the Crete Cardinals as Jake Brack kind of rolled over the top.
Yeah, he got rolled up a little bit.
Cardinal.
Then he fell on top of the Crete defender. Good hard play. You know, one thing that Skutt is doing is they're having guys, one maybe in the short corner and then one on the block. With height, they can get the ball there, but it's got to be a quick pass or a quick shot. They kicked it out for 3 in the first possession.
3-0 Skutt Catholic, 6:29 to play first quarter. Inbound to Healy, right on the doorstep, turnaround. Nice shot by Jack Healy with the right hand from the left side of the bucket. So here's Crete. Ben Ehlers will cross the timeline. Ehlers passes it off left side in the lane. Floater on the way, rattles around and out. Rebound goes to Crete for a moment. Last touch by Jake Brack of Skutt Catholic on the shot there.
Archer might have a contact out. And so what
he had that issue last week.
Last night. You might need some solution there. But you saw a good possession there by Crete. Even the first possession when you're shooting a 3. They got into the middle of the lane. The ball just kind of, just rolled around the rim and came out. But you saw the athletic ability where you have 3-4 guys, 6'4". You're able to create mismatches if you get those big guys moving.
So that floater was missed by Aiden McDowell. Now Ehlers traveled with it. That's the right call. It looked a little awkward, and he waited a little bit too long. I think he doesn't know what he did necessarily, but waited a little too long to take a dribble. Made a couple movements with his feet there. 5-0 Skutt Catholic, 6:08 to play first quarter.
Crete's coming out of they're a little bit flat, so they need to put not as physical, and then they also need to up the tempo a little bit because what Skutt will do, especially with no shot clock, Nick, what we keep talking about, hopefully it's changed next year, is they're very patient, as you saw in the first possession, 45 seconds. They'll move it around, and just wait for you to have one little chink in your armor. And here's Farron again for 3. Quick shot. This is a replication of yesterday. He has that quick, flip shot, and when he gets open and gets set, it's been money the last 2 games.
So here's Crete looking for answers, still scoreless in this one. Ehlers left side. Now here's Gardner in the lane. Gardner absorbs contact, now kicks it back out. Aiden McDowell with it near the logo. McDowell and Crete down by 8. Early goings here in the first quarter. Gardner, top of the key, right side. This is Svitek, now left wing. Back to Ehlers. He'll pop the tray from the right wing. Misses everything on that one, and it goes out of bounds to the Skyhawks.
Yeah, well, you also, Nick, let's not forget, they played early in the year, and Omaha Skutt put it on Crete by the tune of a 28-point victory, 66-38. So, look, this is nothing new for Omaha Skutt. They're coming in with a ton of confidence. Yeah, you could say we played our worst game, but when you get beat by 28 points and you're at state, there's a lot of confidence, a lot of damage there mentally for Crete. And so they look like they're a little shell-shocked right now. They need to get it together. Now they're up 10-0. You might need to get a timeout.
Healy with a great find on the doorstep to Jake Brack, and I think Crete may have to take a timeout here momentarily, like you just said, Jay, because things are getting out of hand relatively quickly. We're almost halfway through the first quarter, and Crete's got little to nothing going on offense. So
they need to look a little shell shocked.
Yeah,
maybe this is a replication of the first, and you don't want to be down by so much, and then you start really competing. And then you're like, oh, we could actually play with these guys.
McDowell a little strong on the 3. Another opportunity here for Gardner, and he's fouled from behind.
That's the play you want, right? You want to go to the free throw line, make 2, clock isn't running.
See one
fall, get the confidence. The big exhale, we can play, we're here, and go from there. And, defensively, they just don't look like they have the same energy. And so what I might do if I was them, if I was the coach, maybe go to more of a 3-quarter court to just up the intensity, kind of force feed your players to get going and push them through that nervous energy, challenge them to do better because you don't want to be down by 10 or plus points to a team like Omaha Skutt.
Well, at this level, I mean, when you're in the state tournament, is there a moment, like whether you're in the semis or the championship game, where you don't have to worry about that at the beginning of the game, the nerves, I mean?
Well, I think, look, as you get going, Nick, the first one, I think you're nervous the first quarter. But as you get going, you thought about this almost for, over 24-2. You're thinking, what if, right?
Yeah.
You actually, I think, get more nervous, in my opinion, because now you're like, it's realistic. We win one more game. We're in the championship. you got to think for Omaha Skutt kids and obviously for Crete, they're seeing this. They've been to this tournament and watched, this coach or the school there before. So they're thinking about what they could do, what they could be a part of. And a good follow there, good effort there by Crete. Now you start
offensive
to see
rebound. Ehlers put back, and he is fouled by JJ
right there.
A little more intensity,
like a little bit more
tempo.
intensity, attacking it. We saw a little bit of this in other games where the height differential is nullified, where you're able to chase long shots, get rebounds, offensive rebounds, second shots. You're essentially forcing your way into the game. Did that look very pretty? No, it's junky. But again, the clock stopped. Skutt didn't score. If he gets it, okay, now you're starting to see something. Then once you get a bucket to go in, then if you're within like a possession or two, then it's like the game just started and you took Skutt's best shot. So Crete's right now starting to gain momentum here, and here comes Gardner's younger brother, 6'6" sophomore, very athletic, very active, tough, physical, and strong. So now you see the coach going deeper in the bench now after about 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Let's see if Crete changes their defensive scheme. Look like they're a little bit of a 3-2 defense here because Gardner's not up there, and see if they can cause some confusion for this Omaha Skutt offense.
So here we are, Skutt Catholic with the basketball, leading 10-4 over Crete here. Class B semifinal. The winner of this one gets the winner of our next game, York and Platteview.
The 2-3 defense there. A little rotation there, a little bit a la Syracuse when Jim Bohine
used to be the coach.
I don't know if he retired, got fired. It was definitely Erie, but changing up. And that's what I like there by Crete. You give him credit there. Oh, see a turnover.
Scholl couldn't handle
the ball. Good pump fake. But
now
what do you like about Crete? I don't mean to cut you off, Nate.
Okay.
The 1-3-1 wasn't working. They went to the 2-3, caused a little confusion, got a turnover. Okay, I don't know if that scoreboard is right. They should be
10-4.
It should be
now
10-6.
It
should be 10-8.
Should be 10-6.
Oh,
Two free throws.
You're right. My bad. Sorry about that.
That's right.
Yeah,
I was just about to compliment you on your ability to subtract math off the time, but now we're struggling with the
statute
score.
of limitations over. I had plenty of help by the student body.
So here we are with Kyle Cannon, right side, Gabe Edstrand with it. 2:35 to play. First quarter, 10-6. Skutt with a 4-point lead over the Cardinals. Farron in the lane, kicks it out. Edstrand in the near corner. Thought about driving, now gives it right back to Farron on the right wing. Great find on the doorstep. Scholl goes up strong, gets the layup to fall.
That was a good right there. There's a little bit late rotation in the 2-3 by Crete. Skutt Catholic has been taking advantage. Oh, and transition 3 by 23. Hello, hand down, man down, Tracy Eggy. I'm here. Why are you turning me down? I'm turned up already.
Did you hear how? Did you see how red it was? Lit up like a Christmas tree, Jay.
Okay, my bad.
So here we are, left side, JJ Farron. He's going to get fouled by number 21, Mason Crumblis, with a minute 59 to play.
Coach, right? It was a foul by Mason Crumblis.
Yeah.
But Jake Brack set a legal screen.
Yeah.
And he actually got ran over. So if I'm the Crete coach or the assistant coach, I'm warning the referee about that because Skutt Catholic, with their height, will do a lot of skip passes.
Yeah. So here we are.
It's okay you turn me down.
Oh, I know
I'm turned up right now. I got 3 games with you today.
I know you get 3 with me.
Yeah, man, this is it. This is the last of 2023 calling games with you. I got to make them the best.
No, it's not. It's the beginning of 20. We're only 3 months in.
But we don't have
Farron 3-ball.
Farron holding it up there, making it rain.
JJ Farron 3 for 3 from beyond the arc here. Now left side.
Eggy trying to answer.
Just a little short, or just a little strong. Excuse me.
A little strong. That was a Steph Curry
He started walking away.
Farron is getting heated up.
Now Farron misses the wide open layup. Brack,
oh wow!
Put back, no good. But
I'm gonna tell you that was 99.9% ball.
Yeah,
on that block.
That 0.1% body though.
But here's what you have to do now, right? Look, when you're playing in this game like this, you ask about nerves, right? Like, not only are the players nervous, the coaches are nervous because you want what's great for the players, or you want them to be successful. So you see, Farron has 3 threes. That's 9 points, and he's breaking your defense down, right? So, Nick, you either what we saw last week in the girls' game, right? You either go to a little bit of a triangle and 2 or a box and 1.
Yeah.
It actually will help you rebound, especially because Crete has overall height, but then also you can slow him down a little bit. J.J. Farron is explosive, both scoring and setting up his teammates. And what I mean by that is he's a really, really good ball handler and a distributor of the basketball.
Both free throws good for Jake Brack.
Skutt Catholic with a little bit of
17-9
full court trap zone defense here.
And now it forces a turnover as Gardner can't handle the inbound pass.
You know what Skutt Catholic did. They had Jake Brock. He made the free throw. Immediately came up and guarded the inbounder, which which made them not to pass the script as crisp as it could have been. Gardner dropped it. Get an easy, cheap turnover. Trying to get an extra possession here.
Yeah.
Before the end of the first half.
So now left side
quarter.
here's Brock Scholl with it inside. Brack almost got it ripped away. Farron will try for his fourth three, and he'll connect on his fourth.
Yeah, out of the 20 points, J.J. Farron has 12. Brack has 4. If I'm the Crete, I'm going into my little black book or laundry list of defenses to get these two guys slowed down.
Henning on the drive, gets his shot blocked by Healy, gets it back out to Ehlers. Ehlers gets bumped, now back to Drew Henning on the right wing. Henning finds a cutting teammate off the glass and in for number 11, Aiden McDowell.
Yeah, what Crete guy have to do there. Look, you got to expect that. You better watch J.J. Farron. If you're in any type of defense, 1-3-1, 2-3, Brock now, from the corner.
Joel, three ball, just a little strong. Now in the lane, Healy kicks it out. Farron for his fifth, and he hits J.J. Farron.
Wow. He right now, if I'm coaching J.J. Farron, if you do not shoot anywhere over half court, you're getting benched. 5 threes in the first quarter.
5 for 5 from beyond the arc. We saw the single for three-pointers made, the record for three-pointers made in a single game broken last week by Maya Babbitt. Could we see it today by Farron? Gardner three ball, no good. Henning with the offensive rebound, working on Healy. Gets his shot blocked for the second time. Healy standing over him, and at the end of the first quarter, your score, Omaha Skutt 23, the Crete Cardinals 11. We'll be back with the start of the second period right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
6'2" senior guard J.J. Farron shooting lights out, 5 of 5 from beyond the arc there in the first 8 minutes of game time alone, and that helped Skutt take a 23-11 lead here into the second quarter. Jay, man,
yeah,
I mean,
is
it just simply just stop J.J. left wing to Gardner on the right side. This is number 13, Kenner Svitak. Now, once again, passes off to McDowell. Tries to drive baseline, gets caught up. Now double team
Good
comes
catch.
to the right side. Here's Gardner to the other Gardner at the left elbow. He drives, absorbs contact, gets his shot blocked by Healy. That's Healy's third block of the game. As Wyatt Archer pushing the pace, he'll throw it to a trailing Brack. Now back to Archer. He'll hand it off J.J. Farron at the top of the key near the logo. Underhand pass to Brock Scholl on the right side. Now back to Farron. Logo to Brack. Jake Brack driving in the lane on the right side. Too strong on the throw-up shot, and it is rebounded defensively by the Crete Cardinals.
There's a good defensive possession there. Good, they are trying to eliminate J.J. Farron. Kind of collapse on Brack right there.
Now McDowell floater, no good over the top of Archer, and Archer clears the glass.
Good shot, just a little too hard off the back of the rim.
So now Archer on the left side. He drives, kicks it out. Scholl, 3-ball from the near side. Off to the left, and a great rebound there, corralled by Ben Ehlers of Crete. Ehlers will cross the timeline on the right side. Ehlers splits the double team, takes the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Little jump stop, dipsy-do under, move by Ehlers. What you see here, if I'm Crete, right? Look, we know we're down by 10, but we're also recognizing J.J. Farron has been on a heater.
Yeah.
And we're only down by 10. Normally, this game is over. You expect when you have a guy starting out in the first quarter, 5 or 3s, you'd be down by 20 or 30 points. You're only down by 10. Missed the first of the two free throws. But if you can get this down to low single digits, right? Defensively, I think they feel very confident in their man-to-man defense as long as they don't collapse too quickly and leave Farron open. Now, what Skutt has done, they've taken out Archer, who hasn't been looking for a shot, and brought in Cannon, who will shoot the ball. So now Crete has to be a little bit more crisp in their communication and their switches on defense.
So Agee comes back in for Crete as well. Now in the near corner, this is Gabe Edstrand, top of the key near the logo. Left side, Brack, guarded by Ehlers. Right side, Edstrand in the near corner, takes one dribble, back out to Cannon. Now to Farron as well. Guarded airtight by Gardner. Left side, this is the other Scholl with it. He'll shoot the long three and hit the long three. Number 40, Mitch Scholl, a 6'6" senior coming off the bench. Obviously, his younger brother, Brock, starts as a sophomore. The senior comes off the bench here for Skutt Catholic.
That's some pretty big stock there. I wonder what how tall the dad is, because you got a sophomore. He might around be 7 foot by the time he's a senior.
Left wing. Now here's McDowell on the baseline, kicks it back out, and that's a travel by Jabin Gardner as Crete turns it back over, trailing by 12 to Omaha Skutt.
You saw, one thing I will say about Crete is their offense is real congested, especially, we talked about it yesterday, right? Is that you have to, against a big team like that, you got to bring those guys out away from the hoop. When you saw Bennington bring them out, you saw getting into their big guy, a little bit of high-low action. If Crete goes into halftime and makes some adjustments, they'll be able to score more rapidly on offense, because they have the athletes to jump with the size of Omaha Skutt.
So now Brack in traffic, can't hit the turnaround layup, and he is going to knock this one out of bounds as he tried to secure the offensive board.
Play there.
A lot of contact down there.
You could have called an offensive foul, defensive foul, over the back. Ref let it go. I like it. Let them play. Crete has 6 fouls. Omaha Skutt has only 3, and there's 3 minutes left in this first half.
So 2:58 to go, second quarter. Ehlers to right side here. Top of the key now, Gardner with it. Gives it back to Ehlers right in front of us to our left. Now Gardner, he'll drive, step back, hesitation in the lane, throws up and under, no good. And defensive rebound collected by the Skyhawks. So Farron will bring it across the timeline, gets picked up by Gardner, kicks it out. Mitch Scholl thought about trying another 3, gives it back to Farron, now top of the key, left side. Here's Kyle Cannon, far cross court pass. Mitch Scholl, no good. Rebound tipped out to Gardner, and he has an opportunity to push the pace. Gardner in the lane, gets bumped. No, there's the whistle on the defense.
One thing we saw yesterday a few times by Omaha Skutt, big fella Jack Healy, is that when they're going for blocks, we've actually seen it all tournament long. They are going for the tomahawk blocks, and that looks like a foul, but that was definitely a foul on Jabin Gardner. But Crete, when they get a chance, when they're 2-on-1 or 1-on-1, they have got to force the action and get some trailers to come and get an offensive rebound, because that will nullify the height differential, because on offense, Omaha Skutt is having all 3 of their big guys below the free throw line. So if you can get a steal or a tip pass up towards the 3-point line, it should be 2 points for Crete.
Both free throws connect for Jabin Gardner, so 29-19 is your score. Omaha Skutt leads by 10, 2:15 to go here in the second quarter. J.J. Farron on the left side. This is Kyle Cannon with it. He'll deny a screen right, decides to drive left on McDowell. Layup, bounces around, and
Kyle
Cannon
Cannon
the defensive rebound.
Is a cannon. He's coming off the bench looking to score, so when you're playing defense or a scouting report, you got to know he's a lot different than Archer.
Gardner with a shot fake in the lane. Gardner off the glass, just a little strong. Now back out to Crete and saved on a nice diving play by Gabe Edstrand into the hands of J.J. Farron. Up the floor, Kyle Cannon with it. Dribbles to the fingernail, now backs it out to the top of the key. Right side, this is Gabe Edstrand with it. Guarded by number 15, Reese Vertini. Now in the baseline, Farron tries to give it back out to Scholl. Unable to do it. Now here's a 3-on-1 break as McDowell in the lane goes right to left, and he will get fouled. No layup on that one, so now McDowell goes line to shoot two.
Good hard foul. You're a 3-1 fast break. You could have said, hey, give it up, get the easy 2 points. But guess what? He's got a chance to get the same 2 points without the clock moving and then get it below double digits. And that hasn't been below double digits for quite some time.
Yeah, so here we are, 29-19, 90 seconds to go here in second quarter. First free throw good. It's a 9-point ball game as Crete's just staying around. Crete is staying into this one and
that's what you want.
Whole half of basketball left.
When you think about it, Nick, you got beat by 28 points earlier in the season. Now, whether it's football players taking a rest or whatever, you still got smoke. You're going into halftime. If you can keep it right at 8 points after a 15-point quarter by one player, all from deep threes, I'm saying we got the momentum, and we're outscored these guys. You got to think at the end of the first quarter, they had 23 points.
Yeah. Let's we have a timeout on the floor charged to the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. We'll go ahead and step aside as well for 30 seconds in the station ID. We'll be right back from PBA on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We back.
Not yet. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's 29-21, Skutt Catholic up by 8 over the Cardinals. Skutt with the basketball. Farron off that 5-of-5 first quarter from beyond the arc has cooled down now in the second. I think he's still scoreless here in the second quarter, so shocker for a guy like J.J. Farron who started off crazy hot from beyond the arc. So now Scholl on the left wing. Farron back near half court, right side Wyatt Archer. Trying to flash Scholl on that right block, unable to grab it, get it to him. So now Brock Scholl with it.
They're giving Archer the green light.
Yeah.
A little bit of adjustment, even though they went back to a little bit of a revolving 2-3 defense, sagging, trying to eliminate the size advantage. Farron's almost at half court. You know, he hasn't shot a shot really in the second quarter, but being that hot, he might pull it. If he was playing for me, Nick, and he'd hit 5 in a row, you got the ball there, you better shoot it.
They have held this ball for
a minute
and change as we are under 20 seconds to go.
If there's ever an example of why you need a shot clock, this is it right here.
So here's Archer with 16 on the game clock. Archer to Scholl. Brock Scholl with 12 on the clock. Now to J.J. Farron. With that quick release, he has it under 8 seconds to play. Goes right,
another
Farron.
Man-to-man.
Now a little bit of confusion as Brack drives, almost got it knocked out of his hands. Archer back to Brack, and it's a turnover. There's the horn, and now we just wasted a minute and a half of the game to do what? Knock the ball out of your hands? That's what we're doing here? That's high school basketball at the half.
If I'm a coach
it's 29-21.
Omaha Skutt, I don't mean to cut you off, Nick.
Okay.
That's not. First of all, part of being a coach. It's the end of the half and end of the quarter situation. Nobody plays it like that.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, still be aggressive. You have the lead. You're the number 1 seeded team. I'm trying to infuse confidence into my team.
Yeah.
Right? And especially when they went back to the zone. We went through that zone to the tune of 5 straight threes or 5 threes in the first quarter of J.J. Farron. Now we just held the ball. Now they feel, you know, if I'm Crete, I'm running in there with a ton of confidence. Only down by 8. We withstood their storm, and now this Omaha Skutt has got to figure out how they're going to score points.
I want to talk a little more about that, but we got to take a break. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Your halftime score, Omaha Skutt 29, the Crete Cardinals 21 here in the Class B semifinal. We'll be right back with the halftime show on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, it's 29-21, the number 1 seed. The Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks lead the 5 seed Crete Cardinals here in this one, as I believe they are the 5. I want to make sure they are the 5. That's why I wanted to make sure I got that right there, Jay. Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you. Crete hasn't been able to hit a whole lot of shots, but they have been able to make up for it at the free throw line. I believe they've only missed 1 free throw, and that's where a good chunk of their points have come from. Skutt, after that first quarter explosiveness from J.J. Farron, where he started out 5 of 5 from beyond the arc, no points in that second quarter. And you think that after a quarter like that, and when you look on paper and you see the missed shots by Crete and the made shots, if you will, in length by Skutt Catholic, you would expect this margin to be a lot wider than just 8 points.
Yeah, anytime you have a player go off for 15 points in any fashion in the first quarter, or in a quarter, yeah, you're right. You expect to be up by almost 10 to 15, 20 points. But Crete did a really good job of making an adjustment. Their 1-3-1, for whatever reason, wasn't working. Skutt was finding holes in it. Obviously, the tune of Farron lighting them up for threes. And then Brack was getting some good shots, and Healy was getting some good shots.
Yeah.
So then they went to a little bit of a 2-3 defense, and then at the middle of the second quarter, they went to man-to-man defense and gave Skutt Catholic fits. And then they threw a little bit of a sagging off 1-3-1, really keeping an eye on Farron at the last possession there. And it seemed like Skutt Catholic was a little bit confused. And so, to be only down by 8, if I'm Crete, I'm feeling really good where I'm at right now. Now, what I'm talking about is we'll continue to mix it up on defense.
Yeah.
Primarily man-to-man, because Skutt Catholic has shown you they don't like man-to-man, especially when Archer's in the game. We can get an extra defender to either a big body or out there on Farron if we're caught in the switch. But we also have to find a way to get some more fast break opportunities, which they've done a good job of getting to the free throw line and making it. But again, when you see the ball go in the hole in regulation as a play, that gives you a lot more confidence. Yeah. I want to see, if I'm Crete, I'm trying to spread them out a little bit more on offense, use our foot speed against them, our jumping ability. Because when you look at Crete, right, they don't have anybody 6'9", but they have 6'6", 6'4", 6'4", 6'4", 6'4", 5'11". That's a pretty good sized team for Class B.
Yeah.
All athletic, well put together, physical as well. And you know where I think the spark came from? With Tracy Aggie came off the bench, hit the three, almost made it a back-to-back three. That got them going a little bit defensively, which led to offensively getting to the free throw line. So it's going to be a tightly contested game. I know it was a 28-point game early in the season. Crete is obviously a different team. Omaha Skutt has stayed pat and continue to get better. If I'm Crete, all the angst of losing by 28 points has got to be gone, right? Now it's like, let's go. You know what I'm saying, Nick? It's like, hey, we hadn't played yet. We barely woke up. They look like they're ready to tap out. Let's overwhelm them with our defensive intensity, because the intensity that Crete had against Norris yesterday hasn't came to fruition for the whole half.
Yeah.
Now bring it to second half. We could be down for it. We could be in for a barn burner.
Well, and give Crete credit. They've completely taken Jake Brack out of this basketball game. Only 4 first half points for Jake Brack. Let's go ahead and step aside when we come back. We'll have the start of the third quarter from Pinnacle Bank Arena. 29-21, Skutt Catholic up on Crete right after this on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring is here. Time to make your backyard a vacation spot all year long. Above grounds as low as $27 per month. Stealth semi-in-ground pool starting at $99.99. Cash and carry hot tubs like Celtic and Pure Spa as low as $43 per month with approved credit. Luxury spas from Bullfrog, Wellness, and Stealth starting at $73.99. In-grounds from $39.99. Spring is here. SupremeSpaAndPool.com.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here, Pinnacle Bank Arena, Nick Sainer, it's Jay Foreman back with you. 29-21 is where we're at the break. Skutt leads Crete by 8. The 5 seed Crete was able to beat Elkhorn yesterday 66-61, while Skutt Catholic easily got by Bennington in the 1-8 game 56-40. In that game, though, Jake Brack was a much bigger factor, and give credit to Crete for kind of taking him out of this game up to this point.
Well, look, he's a well-established player. He's always used to scoring 17-plus points a game. Look for him in Omaha Skutt to get him started, because they know he's going to be a big part of if they're going to win this game.
So here we are, just underway, third quarter. It'll be Skutt basketball as they work now right to left. They'll go to the bucket to our left, pretty much right in front of us here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Healy goes right at the rim to begin things, and it's a 10-point Skutt lead after the Jack Healy layup.
I think Crete, obviously if Healy scores 20 points, they're not going to be okay with it. But anybody besides Farron and Brackey, I think they feel okay with it. And it was good, hard defense, good shot by Healy.
So now left side, here's Gardner. Driving in the lane, stops, kicks it back out to right side. Ehlers. Right side now.
If they
once again, Crete just being patient on offense as Gardner has it. Crosses over in the lane, goes right at the chest of Brack. Now back out to Ehlers. Ehlers working, hesitating, kicks it right side. Dribble drive, penetration. Now back out, top of the key. Gardner in the lane. Gardner spin move, trying to find a hole in that Skutt defense. And with that size, it's just too difficult right now for Crete. Gardner in the lane, spin move, stops, hesitates, layup, rattles home for Gardner.
What you saw there on offense, good play, individual play by Javen Gardner. But Crete has to understand, away from the ball, the middle of the lane is open.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and just watch. You got to start diving, back picking, Kansas cutting, North Carolina. Make this big unit. Farron right there. Nice little drive to the hoop. Hung in the air and flipped it up with his right hand. But back to Crete, you got to make Skutt start playing defense. It's way too easy on them. That's why they have no fouls in the first half.
So now right side for Crete, 6:20 to go, third quarter, top of the key. This is Crumbless with it at the elbow, kicks it back out top. Ehlers, left side. McDowell, 3-ball on the way. It's good.
McDowell is one of their leading scorers. And look, when you catch and it's open, catch and shoot. He shot a 1 in the first half, just barely rimmed out. That one was nothing but net.
So now here's Jake Brack, top of the key to Scholl. Left side, J.J. Farron with now 17 points on the day. It's a game high for either side. So Farron on the right side crosses over, gives it top of the key. Wyatt Archer back to Farron on the right. Guarded closely by Gardner. Now Farron to Scholl on the left side. Archer in the near corner, plenty of space on Archer. That actually probably benefits Crete that they can sag off of Archer, because now that tightens up the lane where Jake Brack is at.
It could have been
Brack
an offensive foul there by Brack.
Now Scholl on the near side, back out to Archer, to Farron on the right wing.
Yeah.
Now
Good
dribbles the
defense there by
logo.
Crete.
Farron left side, thought about stepping back for a trifecta, decides to dump it off. Now gets the basketball right back. Farron on the left side, pick and pop.
They got him
Jake
in the
Brack,
switch.
3 ball, off to the right. Rebound tipped out and controlled by Crete.
Okay, Crete's down by 7. Good defensive series there. Plenty of time left in this game.
So
You got to be patient here.
Here's Ehlers, jumper from the corner.
Nothing
Good
but net. That was a
for
great
Kenners
shot.
Vitak.
Hey, look, I was thinking patience. Ehlers knew what he was doing. That's
Yep.
why he's out there, up there, and I'm over here.
Yep.
He drew the defender to him, got him to the short corner. Nothing but net. We got a 5-point ball game.
So now Scholl to Brack, and one thing about Brack being so quiet, they that altered his shot a little bit. Archer
did
now Farron for a 6-3 and hits it. J.J. Farron, a 6 of 7,
That is
and he has a
somebody.
game-high 20.
Archer was wide open. Gardner had to go from underneath the hoop to try to run him off the three-point line. That was definitely a defensive mishap by the Crete Cardinals right there.
Now Gardner's 3 is no good, and we have a foul called on Crete.
Because if you're not going to guard Archer, his guy has to be aware of where J.J. Farron is. It's man-to-man defense, but you have to have a team concept. Ultimately, when you're coming out of halftime, Nick, and I'm at Crete, we want to eliminate J.J. Farron shooting open threes. We want to stay physical with Brack. Everybody else has to beat us. But guess what Skutt did? They took out Scholl and Archer and brought in Cannon. They brought in Cannon and Gabriel Estrand, both scorers and shooters if they get open shots. So
now-
they're trying to soften up this defense a little bit.
So now off the pick and roll, Brack in the lane gets a shot blocked and taken away by Gardner for Crete. It's just an 8-point ball game as McDowell has it right side. Now this is Crumbless to McDowell inside. Svitak
Right there, Nick.
kicks it back
they
out.
need some cutters
Crumbless
there.
to Ehlers, right wing. McDowell, long 3 on the way
Uh-oh.
and hits
We're
it.
seeing it from here.
Aiden
We're seeing it from here.
McDowell.
I see you, McDowell. Pull up your 3. Your dad's the principal. Okay, your cousin's the coach. McDowell from
He's
way
shaking his head. He's
downtown.
agreeing with you. Going,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, you're
Bang.
darn right, Jay.
Bang, bang, bang.
Now Kyle Cannon with the top of the key. Now far side, Gabe Edstrand, J.J. Farron top, left wing, now near corner to Brack. Brack got a shot blocked a moment ago just with 4 points today. J.J. Farron at the top of the key.
Oh,
Farron
McDowell, you got to
kicks
get
it out.
there. See, there's the
Edstrand,
shooter,
3 ball,
Estrand.
rattles
That's
out,
what they
no
want
good.
right
and
there.
defensive rebound.
Estrand's a shooter. He'll shoot it, right? Whereas Archer won't. But you got to be a little bit more crisper on that pick and roll. Gardner is working his tail off. You know, he's working his Ehlers came down,
missed the
forced the 3 up. You had the momentum.
There, he was wide open though. I think I'm okay with that shot if I'm head
you're
coach
right.
Tony
Yeah,
Siski.
you're right.
So top of the key near
That
the
Pius
logo.
basketball background of you is probably always right?
Darn right. Even though I never played basketball. Tony Siski, right side, or excuse me, the coach for Crete was probably didn't seem too upset, but now he put somebody in at the scores table, so maybe Ehlers is coming out.
No, you got to get
So now,
this is a physical game with these big guys right here. So you in Crete has big, strong guys as well. Eggie's coming off, and Gardner's younger brother's coming as well. Size and strength. Eggie with the scoring ability. Now you got J.J. Farron holding the ball, trying to catch a rest right here. Got a 5-point lead. If I'm Crete, I'm saying, okay, we need one more defensive stop, and we want another good shot on our offensive end.
So now Cannon on the left side,
There it is.
J.J. Farron pass taken away by Ehlers, and now he's fouled in the midst of J.J. Farron and Jake Brack. We'll see which one they're going to get him on.
That was a good defensive series there by Crete, right?
And it's going to go on Jake Brack.
J.J. Farron had it, tried to do a quick pass into Brack. Good job by Ehlers tapping the ball in there and tapping the ball away and going to get it, securing the ball, what's called chin it, so they couldn't get a jump ball. Made the Omaha Skyhawks foul him.
2:12 to go, third quarter, 36-31 ball game. Skutt Catholic ahead of Crete here in the Class B semifinal. Winner plays in the title game tomorrow at 1 p.m. Right side, here's Gardner with it. Jab steps to the right now, gives it to his brother on the left side. Ehlers to McDowell. He just drained a long shot just from the right wing. Now crosses over, pull up three. No good. McDowell falls down, and Skutt now will lose the basketball.
Good job by Ehlers there. Farron was already in thinking about the fast break, a little bit of pickpocket there, and to chase it down by Ehlers. That's a great play. Those are game-winning plays right there.
So now Gardner on the right side trying to drive, now kicks it out to Ehlers, to McDowell on the left side, back to Gardner on the left wing, back to the other Gardner.
Almost a travel there. You get a little
Now,
happy feet there.
Far
Can't
corner.
be lazy with your footwork in a tight game.
Top of the key, Ehlers gets the screen left. Now Gardner in the lane, kicks it out. 3 ball on the way. No good by Aggie. Offensive rebound. Ehlers puts up the layup.
That should have been an offensive or defensive foul.
And now we have a rebound on Jack Healy and a foul called on Ehlers.
Wow.
That's a frustration for not getting a whistle, drawing a whistle
yes.
on that layup attempt, which there should have been, Jay.
Yep.
There should have been a foul on Jack Healy. Jack Healy ends up getting the defensive rebound, and Ehlers tries to go grab it.
It's almost like losing 3 points because here's why. Yeah, he missed it and it barely rimmed out, but the swipe attempt.
Yeah.
Regardless, and the physical contact, it looked like a foul. You're at the point of attack. Then a little bit of frustration. But Crete, again, they did a good job of defense. It was a good shot as well. Now they got to get another stop. And if they could go into the fourth quarter only down by 3, they like their chances.
That was like when somebody punches you and you punch back, you get in trouble, not the person that initiated it. Now Scholl, top of the key, 3 ball, no good. So luckily, now we have an offensive rebound as Kyle Cannon comes away with a loose ball. Farron for his 7th. Just an off back iron, but a rebound carries out.
Long rebound. Cannon is there. They're going to go for probably one shot. They held it for a minute and a half one time.
Maybe not. As Brack drives and we have a whistle and a foul. I believe this one's going to go on Ehlers. It is Ehlers. So it is going to be Ehlers' 3rd personal foul with 39 seconds. And if you're Siski, you want to take him out.
Take him out. You don't want to get on a cheap foul there. As physical as this game has been, how tight this game has been, Crete has to overextend himself defensively. I think you got to be aware of that when you're officiating the game. That was the lightest. That's like when I just bumped you with a little shoulder right there. You know that you just absorbed that.
Yeah,
right.
I shrug it right off.
I'm
used to it. Maybe that just tells me I'm used to you.
No, you got those big old arms, those big bro arms.
In the lane, Brack gets his 5th and 6th points of the game. Now up the floor, this is Gardner steps out to McDowell on the right wing. He drained one from this spot just a couple minutes ago. Now has it, top of the key, bounces it to number 32, Justice Gardner. So you have Jabin and Justice Gardner now top of the key to McDowell. Right side, Reese Verteen with it. Left wing, Zvitak to McDowell. McDowell pull up 3 ball, short rebound.
A little bit out of
and now the ball taken out of his hands. Last touch by the Crete Cardinals.
That was a good play there by number 13. Kinder Zvitak to try to get a cheap steal and try to get it bounced off of the older Scholl's foot, but he last person to touch. He got 2.5 seconds there. They're going a little bit of full court man-to-man press, getting Jabin Gardner out and give him a little bit of rest before the fourth quarter.
So 2.5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 38-31. Skutt with a 7-point lead. They inbounded here to Brack. He'll run up the floor with 0.5 half-court heave, and it goes way over the backboard into the student section. And at the end of the third quarter, your score, Omaha Skutt 31, the Crete Cardinals, Omaha Skutt 38, the Crete Cardinals 31, with a berth to the state title game on the line in a matchup against the winner of Platteview and York. Coming up next, we'll begin the fourth quarter right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basements? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here at the center. Jay Foreman back with you from PBA. Crete will have the basketball first, down by 7 as we begin the final quarter. Winner will play in the title game tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. as McDowell has it left side. McDowell off the pick and pop. 3 ball on the way, well short, and the rebound caroms out to Jake Brack, and he'll hand it off to J.J. Farron, and he brings it across the timeline. So Farron to Wyatt Archer on the left wing. Now to Scholl. Back to Farron on the right side, guarded airtight by Gardner. Now he'll sag off just a little bit as he backs it out near the logo. Left side, Archer. guarded by McDowell. Now Archer in the lane. Lost the basketball, taken away, and we have a foul called on Jack Healy.
Yeah, it was a good defensive series there. They sloughed off the Archer there and was able to get in the passing lane. One thing I've noticed about Crete and their three-point attempts, the last three that they've shot, actually last four they've shot, and they've all hit the front of the rim low. So what that lets me know, they're fading away. So why are they fading away, Nick? That's the height advantage that the Skyhawks have is subconsciously affecting their shooters.
So here's Crete. E.A. Ehlers. Nice pass inside as McDowell takes the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Big man Jack Healy didn't like that one. He didn't like that. It was all body though, and look, he's attacking the ball, and that's one thing when you're doing the scouting report. You got to know who's first jumpers, who's the guy that stays down. Good offensive play right there. Instead of living and dying by the three to get back and think you're gonna get back with one or two shots, ran a little bit of back pick right there off a curl for McDowell. Got to the free throw line, and again, you're making points, or you're getting into the differential, the point differential, without the clock running.
So 38-32 after the first McDowell made free throw. 7:06 to play, fourth quarter. Skutt on top of the 5-seed Crete. Crete, second free throw, also good. It's a 5-point ball game with 7 minutes to play. So J.J. Farron will bring it across the timeline. Passes it right side to Wyatt Archer. Also into the game for Skutt, Brock Scholl, who has the basketball currently. Now here's Brack with it, top of the key. Brack drives in the lane, layup, no good. Rebound tipped around, and it will be last touch by Crete, as there were three Cardinal players trying to fight for that rebound, and it went off one of their mitts.
Look, if you're a Crete coach, you like the aggressiveness on defense, the physicality and the stick-to-itiveness of playing against a big, physical Omaha Skutt team. So even though you like that possession, you're okay with it because you're playing hard.
So now right side, here's Wyatt Archer, guarded by McDowell. Finds Scholl in the lane. Scholl off the glass, it falls.
Everybody was worried about J.J. Farron and Jake Brack. Scholl set the back pick. We know what that's called, Nick? Little Kansas action right there.
So now
Danny
left
Manning
side.
Miracles.
Here is Gardner at the elbow. Kicks it out. Ehlers left side now. McDowell guarded by Wyatt Archer. Ehlers there ready to set the screen. Now to Gardner at the top of the key. Crosses over right then left. Takes the contact and gets the fall or the layup to go. It's a 40-35 ball game.
Get into the body of these shot blockers. Yeah. It nullifies their height difference.
So Brack now on the right side, guarded by Ehlers. Brack in the lane. Initiates contact. Layup good with the foul.
Oh. What do you think, Nick?
That's a tough one. If I was going to call there, I would have called it on the floor before he shot that basketball, because Ehlers kind of Brack initiated the contact with Ehlers on the dribble drive, but I didn't see much of a foul there. But that's now number 4 on Ehlers.
Do you think? What I want to know is, did it look like an offensive foul?
Because you see Brack,
Anthony Grant at the goal line.
Yeah, you see Brack lowering the shoulder a little bit right into the chest.
A little bit, right. But those are the things. It's an extremely physical game right here. Two physical teams playing hard. But when you see a big fellow like Ehlers get bounced back like that, and he's not, one thing about Crete, they're not floppers. You'd have to maybe, err on the side of no call, right? Or on the ground, or perhaps an offensive call.
So now Brack connects on the free throw. So Crete with the basketball down by 8 now, 5:53 to play in the fourth quarter. Number 21, Mason Crumbus hands it off to McDowell. McDowell now on the left side. Pull up. Jay may have gotten popped. That should have been a foul. Offensive rebound. Put back good by number 21, Mason Crumbus.
You ready to say it?
What?
What you can do, I can do better.
Oh, yeah.
See, Omaha Skutt. Jake Brack get the 3-point play. Crete, number 21, comes back. Mason Crumbus, 6'4" guard, gets it, makes his own three, or potentially have his own 3-point play.
So now
you didn't want to sing with me, Nick. I see how it is.
Crumbus at the line connects. It's 43-38, 5-point ball game.
No,
I don't sing. We have a timeout on the floor. 5:41 to play, fourth quarter. It's a 6-point. It should be a 5-point ball game, as that free throw is good. Should be, there it is, 5-point ball game, 43-38. We'll take a 30-second breather right here on the ticket.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doan isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doan University today at doan.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
5:41 to play in the ball game. 43-38. Skutt on top of Crete. This will be the first of 4 games that you'll hear with my voice connected to it today, as it's going to be the first of 3 that you'll hear Jay's voice connected to it. Jay and I will have Platteview and York coming up about 30 minutes after this game, and then we'll have the first Class A Class A semifinal between Bellevue West and Omaha West Side. So now right side for Skutt, up by 5. Here's Cannon. Now here's J.J. Farron on the left side. Farron back to Cannon. Back to Cannon on the right wing. He'll back it out near the logo. We saw Skutt milk it for a minute and a half. Now we see him slowly but surely milking it here as Brack goes up. And, man, that's a tough foul. As Jay doesn't like that one. As McDowell says that he went straight up, and I have to agree with him on that one. But Brack will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
You know, when McDowell is all of he's 6'4", but he's going against a 6'9" kid, and he's going straight up as he's taught. Clinically defensive, you're defending it, and you have a lot of ball. I can understand why he's a little upset. Again, when this is a tight physical game, you want to get out of the way unless it's egregious.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a swipe.
No.
Right.
No. Yeah, there's no. Both free throws good for Jake Brack. So now it's a 45-38 ball game once again. So now here we are with Omaha Skutt up by 7. Gardner with it at the top of the key. Gardner directing traffic, gets it to his brother Justice. Now on the right wing, working on J.J. Farron. Now near the logo to McDowell, back to or left side Gardner, inside to Justice Gardner. McDowell on the left wing, in the lane. McDowell takes the foul, no shot. It'll be called on the floor. Yeah. That's going to be number 5 on the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks.
There's a good offensive series there, right? You want a little bit of an Allen Iverson cut to a back pick, drive to the hoop by McDowell. Good job of forcing the action, pick up a foul on Omaha Skutt, and also keep the possession.
So Crete to inbound. They'll throw it over the top to McDowell. He'll save it inbounds. Farron lost it for a moment. Now gets it back. It's a turnover. And Skutt will take the basketball right back. So with 4:40 to play in the fourth, it's 45-38 Catholic with a 7-point lead over Crete.
The lack of spacing, even on an inbounds pass, really hurts a team like Crete because you have to space these guys out to use your physicality and your foot speed. So, again, the same things that are happening on the offensive side of the ball is happening even on an out-of-bounds play.
So now near the logo, it's Kyle Cannon with it. Cannon kicks it out wide Archer in the far side. Now at the elbow, wide Archer will slow it down, give it to J.J. Farron. Why am I saying slow it down? They've been slow the entire possession here.
Right,
as this one's spanning over 35 seconds now. And once again, I mean, this is where the shot clock, we'll get to it here in a moment. I'm sure we'll bring it up. He dumps it down inside. Scholl with the foul and the bucket, and Scholl will go to the line to shoot one more. But this is what I'm saying here. At the end of the first half, you wasted a minute and a half of game time. To what? To throw it into the opponent's hands.
Right.
Now here you are, and you find yourself 4 minutes left in the ball game. And if you're a Skutt fan, you love it. But if you're a Crete fan or just a casual basketball fan, you're sitting here going, you know exactly what Crete's going to have to do now with foul trouble. They're going to have to start fouling and putting these guys at the line with 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game. And it's going to turn into free throws and then a little bit of a Crete possession, then more free throws, another Crete offensive possession. There's just going to be a lot. It's going to be stretched out way longer than it ever needed to be. So now Gardner on the right side. He drives with Crete down 8. Layup off the glass. It falls for Javen Gardner. So now 48-40, back to an 8-point ball game. 3:41 to play in the fourth quarter. Farron on the right side. Scholl all the way near the logo. Hands it off to Farron. Farron now almost lost his dribble. Now Farron guarded by McDowell. He'll dribble it. And I think the part that bothers me the most about this, Jay, is
there's 3 minutes left in the game.
There's 3 minutes, but you're not even looking for a shot.
Right.
You're not even trying to find an open shot. You are running the 3-man weave way out near the logo, about 5 feet behind the 3-point line,
Almost
not
at
even
half
looking
court.
at the rim,
Yeah.
not
And
even looking.
And I understand the objective of when you play a game
Yep.
and you're competing is to win the game. But when if you're the number one team,
yeah,
you're playing to win.
Yeah.
And holding the ball with this much time, really to be honest with you, if you're not going to have a shot clock in, the lower levels,
Yeah.
C1, C2, and D, I would say, you know what, you can't do this with anything lower than you got to be under 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, then why not just have a shot clock?
Right, yeah.
So now McDowell long 2, and he's going to be fouled by Scholl. That's the good call.
Yeah.
McDowell's been fouled a couple times on the mid-range Jays, just hasn't been called yet.
One thing I want to, thinking of, Nick, if it's a, financial thing for a lot of these smaller schools, which I understand. Well, okay, when you come to the state tournament, everybody has a shot clock. So you know what? You got a week to prepare. It'll eliminate some of this. It will eliminate the 48-40 type of game. Because here's why. Here's what I'm saying. When you watch Crete, when you watch Omaha Skutt, both teams are way more skilled than to have 48 and 41
You're absolutely right. Or to have a possession spanning over a minute and a half. Right.
Because there's not a basketball team that they're watching on TV or on YouTube these days that has a minute and a half possession.
It's a 6-point ball game. And last thing before we kind of move on, and I'm sure it'll come up in future games that we have even later today and tomorrow. When you talk about at the end of halves or at the end of the third quarter, when you wait so long, when you look at what we've seen over this last week and a half, whether it's been girls basketball or boys basketball, those possessions that they wait a minute and a half to get their offense going, just to waste time so they have the final shot, almost never. We've only seen it once result in an actual good shot, and they missed the shot. Otherwise, every other possession, it's been a turnover. So when you don't know how to run a minute and a half off the clock, and then with 10 seconds left get into your offense, why even do it? Why take that away from your team as that head coach? Let's go ahead and take a break as we have a timeout charged to Omaha Skutt. 2:49 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 48-42 Skyhawks over the Cardinals on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip. Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Takes away from what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. 2:49 to play in the fourth quarter. Jay, I cut you off when we were still talking about that. Go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah, what I'm saying is when there's not any, higher level basketball that has a minute and a half possession, and ultimately when you look at these two teams walk out here, they're as skilled and as big and as physical as any A team. There could be a happy medium. Maybe you turn the shot clock on at the end of the half, or the second quarter and fourth quarter, something that makes it different in the state tournament, because right now that's something that you could add to the state tournament to take away and give teams a chance to come back. Because right now, what you see right there, Jake Brock goes to the hoop strong and then potentially and one. Now you're on your heels as a defense, because now you're actually looking at the clock, because you're not expecting them to attack. You give up a cheap 2. Now you're starting to play against the clock, and then you're playing against themselves. And Nick, we both know this, whether it's football, basketball, hockey, any type of sport, if you still have 1 out left in baseball, that's a lot of time left on the clock to only be down by 8. And pretty much you're fighting an uphill battle.
Well, in this moment, it was a 6-point ball game with 5 minutes left in the game. You're saying this is everybody's game if every possession can only be 35 seconds long at most. It's a much better viewing spectacle for the fans. So we have a 3-ball connected by number 23, Trace Aggie, his second 3 of the game. It's a 5-point ball game. Skutt Catholic with the basketball. Farron in the lane, layup good by J.J. Farron.
You got to get it up and down the court. You got to get something going to the hoop.
Yep, so now Gardner in the lane. Gardner layup, good with the foul. And Gardner's going to the line to shoot one more.
Yeah, that's what you got to do right now. If you're Crete, even if they score, you got to push the ball on makes and especially missed shots, because Skutt Catholic is going to hold the ball, and that's a good job by Gardner, right? Farron saw a little crack in their defense, got to the rack. Crete didn't sit there with their head down. They got the ball in to one of their best athletes. Gardner's really came alive in the second half, pushed it. Now he has a chance to get it to a 3-point game. Now the pressure is on the Skutt Catholic to play basketball now.
Yeah, so now Gardner, free throw good. Now I will say with a shot clock, it's hard to hold the basketball for a minute and a half. It's hard to, and even you could even say for a full 35 seconds.
Right, it is.
It is hard to control the basketball, especially in a physical game against Crete. As Skutt dribbles it off his foot, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul on Crete when Jack Healy dribbled it off of his right foot and fell down.
Wow.
Here's the replay.
But he looks like he's got about a size, 80?
Man.
He got size 18 feet out there, Jack.
Man, that's a brutal call.
Still a 1-and-1?
Still a 1-and-1.
You know what I do when somebody's at the line? I say,
free throw good.
Doesn't work sometimes.
I didn't know your voice could go that high, Jay. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I didn't say that.
Here comes the Archer back in. A little bit of defensive help here. A senior. So Omaha Skutt Catholic is going to play the little long game here, right? They potentially could get up by 6 points. And they're trying to extend this game here.
So a 5-point ball game. Both free throws good by Jack Healy. So here we go. Crete and McDowell. McDowell, right wing. Steps back, top of the key. 3-ball. Ehlers got it.
Timeout, Crete. New ball game. Right now, Nick, if I'm Crete right now, here's what I'm doing.
Folks, we got a 3-point ball game.
Picking up J.J. Farron full court. I am making Archer shoot the ball. Okay? I am eliminating any possibility to hold the ball. I'm actually going to fake double team to Farron, get it back to Archer, see if I can get a cheap travel or a jump ball. If he doesn't want to shoot, I'm going to make you play basketball. So now it's a 3-point game. Great job by Crete. Down by 8 at half.
Yeah.
Down by 8 again. Within 3. Now you got to push a little harder. You know you're up against the double bonus, but still be aggressive and be smart, because even if they happen to score, you got to continue to go to hoop. There's 2 minutes left. As much as they've been trying to hold it now it's a 3-point ball game. There's only been 16 seconds off the clock.
Well, now here's what's crazy about this, Jay. You could argue that Skutt or answer any team here. It doesn't matter. It's not a gripe at Skutt here. It's you went from playing not to lose. From now you have to play to win. You got because now you're this is a one possession ball game with 2 minutes to go.
If you happen to turn it over, dribble off your foot, they hit a 3.
Yeah.
Now you're in panic mode because you haven't played basketball for almost 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. J.J. Farron will cross the timeline with Scholl on the far side. Scholl and the Skyhawks, the 1 seed, Crete the 5 seed. Now Kyle Cannon with it.
Defense.
Cannon guarded closely at the timeline. J.J. Farron sets a screen in the lane. Cannon layup good.
Good finish. Both of these Omaha Skutt guards finish. You got to know when Cannon's in the game, he's not afraid to shoot.
Here's something that we wanted. Skutt wanted a timeout there. Now McDowell in the lane. Layup blocked. But there's a foul called on Jack Healy. And Jack Healy's got to be careful here, as that he was getting the stink eye there.
Yeah, he looked like Harris from last night from Scott's Bluff. Is that 5 on him? That is 5 on the shot blocker, Jack Healy, or is that 4?
I think that's number 4.
Oh, wow, okay.
So number 4 on Jack Healy. Shooting 2 shots. Crete's best friend here. Point to the clock stopped. Aiden McDowell. Free throw up. Got it. 56-52. .123 to go. Fourth quarter, Class B semi. Justice Gardner ready to check in at the next dead ball. Second free throw also perfect for McDowell. McDowell, Gardner, the other Gardner, number 13, Svitak, and number 21, Crumbless into the game for Crete. Farron, Cannon, Brack, Healy, and Scholl in for Skutt Catholic. As Farron has it on the right side. Great defense by Gardner. Now top of the key near the logo. Cannon almost lost the basketball. 1:08 to play, fourth quarter. Farron gets bumped on the timeline. Now to Cannon. Cannon, I will say officials are letting them play for the most part here on this possession. A little bit of body bumping going on. Now into the far side. Brack. Back to Cannon on the right wing. 53 to play in the fourth quarter. And now McDowell will foul Kyle Cannon. Man, 50 seconds to go, fourth quarter.
Do you think teams like that play like? Do you think they practice this?
I don't know how you could.
That might be one of the most boring practices of all time.
You cannot replicate, and as we have a missed free throw by Cannon, that's pretty important. You cannot replicate the adrenaline rush that's going to be going through your body,
right?
When you're being chased around relentlessly by the defense in a 3-point ball game in a state semifinal. I just don't see how you can replicate that, or if you do, how is that a productive practice? Right. So here we are. The second free throw is good by Cannon, and we have a timeout charge to Omaha Skutt. Let's take a 60-second breather. We'll be back right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena Class B semi. Final moments, 50 seconds left on the game clock. It'll be Crete basketball with Skutt up by 4, 57-53. The winner of this one gets the winner of our next game, Platteview and York. And they will play in the title game tomorrow at 1 p.m. You'll be able to hear that one right here on The Ticket as well.
Got a little full court zone press here.
So now left side, here's Gardner. McDowell now with it, 40 seconds to go. McDowell on the left side near the logo. Top of the key, Gardner. They're trying to find it to McDowell. Get it right side. 3 ball on the way. Off to the left, no good. Ehlers with the rebound. Put back, no good. Another offensive rebound. And we have a foul called on Jake Brack. That is going to be number 3 on Brack, and Brack is slow to get up. As
good hard play. He got caught underneath.
Yeah, he got rolled over,
Got rolled over. Might have hit his noggin a little bit. Hopefully he's okay.
But now, more importantly, that's the 9th team foul, sending the Skyhawk.
He got a little blood there. I think he cut his chin.
So now, more importantly, though,
who you gonna put in? No, you don't get it.
No, he can't get a timeout. College Youngers is asking for a timeout, and he's gonna have to take one. So he's gonna have to take a full timeout because he does not want to put anybody but Jake Brack into this game. So with 27 seconds to go, 1-1 pending for Crete, and they're down by 4. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back, assess coming up next on 93.7 The Ticket.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Cleaned up, all good to go back into this game for Omaha Skutt. So now coming out of the timeout, I believe Mason Crumbliss will be the free throw shooter. 1-1 coming up for the 6'4" senior guard, Mason Crumbliss. He'll be at the line with a chance to make it a 1-possession ball game, but he has to hit this first one with both free throws to cut it back to a 2-point lead, 2-point deficit rather for Crete, 2-point lead for Skutt. as the Skyhawks have a 57-53 advantage over the Cardinals. So Crumbliss at the line, 1-1. Gets the ball from the official, takes 3 bounces, puts it up, free throw, no good off back iron. Now we have a loose ball and corralled by Gardner. Gardner looking for help, gets it to Crumbliss, and we have a timeout charged to Crete.
Good job following your shot. Good job of being aware of Crete. Get the ball. Good job by Crete's coach, Tony Siski, calling the timeout because you were in the coffin corner, as they like to say, and you could have faced either turnover or getting a jump ball and losing possession.
So 57-53 the score. We'll go ahead and keep it right here for this timeout.
Well, if you're Crete, you're trying to get something going to the hoop, possibly if you can get an and one, you knock it down. But either way, if you make or miss, you got to pick up full court, and you got to fight. You got to have when you're in the huddle right now, you're saying when we score or if we don't score, we got to know who we're fouling.
Yeah.
And you can't pick and choose it. We got to foul within a certain time frame. Because the way Skutt plays offense, they're not trying to score. They got the lead, as they should. This is when you do go 4 corners and take the air out of the ball. So you have to have a plan offensively and defensively, both when you're going to shoot and try to score. And if you don't or do make it, you got to make sure you foul anyways. Because even if you get a 3-pointer, unless you're fouled on the making the 3-pointer, you're still going to be down. So you have to be able to play situational basketball here.
I will also say, regardless win or lose, incredible games by J.J. Farron, and then a great job so far by Crete.
Right.
You were down. It was looking bleak there, especially in that first quarter, the way J.J. Farron started off this game 5 of 5 from 3. But here we are in a 4-point ball game with 22 seconds to play. Crete's inbound. They get it into Gardner. Gardner on the near corner.
Going to the hoop.
Gets double teamed. Now looking for help. Gets it to Ehlers. Ehlers in the lane. Layup. Good. And we have another timeout for Crete.
Now you have to set your defense up. You're only up by 2. So either right now you're hoping, okay, you got 13 seconds. You want to foul within the first, 2 seconds, Nick, right? And whoever you send to the line, you hope they're going to be shooting 2. So you hope they miss one of them. Now you know you're either going to shoot a 3. If they miss both of them, you get the rebound. Crete has 1 timeout left, so you can either go, or if you have a play in situational basketball set up, regardless, you can either go, or you can get over half court timeout, or you can call a timeout right away and you set up a play. But really, if you get a make on the first one, long miss on the second one, I'm right into secondary break, 1 or 2 passes, putting up a 3.
Who's taking the shot if you're Crete?
McDowell or Ehlers?
Okay.
McDowell or Ehlers? Because they and Eggy's the number 3rd option.
Yeah.
So you have 3-point shooters, right? They all hit 3s. They all shoot with confidence. So you just got to make sure that you have your game plan set forth, both on who we're fouling, when we foul them, and when we get the ball back, we got to play. Because even if you're down by 4, you get a quick 2. We're trying to extend these 13 seconds into 13 minutes.
Jay, look at up in the concourse level. People just standing waiting for their seats for the next one between Platteview and York. Is that so?
Yeah.
Dang, that's awesome.
They're about to have a statue like you, like AD outside of the PBA.
They're going to nickname this Nick Sainert Arena. No more Pinnacle Bank. As we have a
One-
foul on the
foul
inbound
within
pass.
1.1 seconds.
Kyle Cannon going to the line for 2 free throws as that puts Skutt in the double bonus. Here's something interesting. Crete also in the double bonus with their next foul.
Right.
Or excuse me, with Skutt's next foul.
Yeah. So again, we're trying to extend this game 12 seconds. We want to make this thing really long.
So now Kyle Cannon at the free throw line. 2 shots. Good energy here. Cannon's first. Bounces around. No good. So now Cannon, 1 more to make it a 3-point ball game. 57-55 currently as Skutt Catholic leads by just 2 after leading by double digits earlier in this one. Cannon. The 6'2 sophomore. No good.
Here we go.
Ehlers with the rebound. McConnell. McDowell. At the timeline, we have a timeout on the floor.
What? I like that because you don't want to come over. What ultimately they might not expect it for two missed shots.
Yeah.
Don't come over and waste your opportunity to get something going, a good offensive possession. So good job by Coach Siski. 7 seconds left. This is the ball game right here. get something going. Look, Nick, here's what I'm thinking here. If you're listening to me.
I am.
You're only down by 2. I want something going to the hole or a kick out 3. So if I can do that, I want either Gardner going to the hole, or I'm kicking out to one of my 3-point shooters.
So let me lay the landscape out here for folks. If you're just now joining us, Crete trailed by double digits earlier in the game. J.J. Farron for Omaha Skutt started the game blazing hot. 5 of 5 from beyond the arc, had 15 points in the first quarter alone. Crete comes storming back. They foul Skutt after Skutt was trying to waste time with about 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Kyle Cannon misses 2 free throws in the double bonus, and Crete takes a timeout with 7 seconds to go, down by 2 here in the state semifinal. 7 seconds to play, 57-55 Omaha Skutt. The 5 out there for Tony Siski will be number 21, Mason Crumless, number 11, Aiden McDowell, Ehlers, Gardner, and number 23, Trace Eggy with those 2 threes. Here they go. 6 seconds on the clock. McDowell on the left side. Floater blocked by Healy, and that will do it. Omaha Skutt is going to the Class B title game tomorrow at 1 p.m.
You know, to be honest with you, you got it to your guy that you felt like could make it happen. Me personally, I would like to see Gardner going to the hoop.
I agree.
Especially with Healy having 4 fouls. I like the physicality that he likes to drive to the hoop to get a shot up and then crash the boards and try to get a putback. That shot right there, driving left when you're a right-handed player, trying to hit a running jumper probably is not a high percentage shot. But give Crete credit.
Yeah.
Way down in the first quarter, second quarter, battled their way back, had a realistic chance of winning this game.
In front of a full Pinnacle Bank Arena, really good energy here. Omaha Skutt is advancing to the Class B title game with a 57-55 win over the Crete Cardinals, and they will await the winner of our next game starting in about 30 minutes between Platteview and the York Dukes coming your way from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Once again, your final score in a thriller. Let's hope that our remaining games are just as good as this one, Jay Foreman.
Yep.
Omaha Skutt, the number 1 seed, advances to the title game, 57-55 over the 5th seed, the Crete Cardinals, here in the Class B semifinal. For Jay Foreman, I'm Nick Sainert saying so long for PBA for about 30 minutes or so as we get you ready for Platteview and the York Dukes coming up in our second Class B semifinal of the day right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have